Step into the vibrant world of the 1960s, a decade of revolution, innovation, and music that shook the world. While giants like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones stole the spotlight, many other bands once lit up the charts before quietly fading into history. In this video, we're diving deep to rediscover 10 legendary 60s bands that helped define the era with their sound, style, and spirit, before disappearing from the mainstream. Get ready to uncover the forgotten icons of a golden age in music. The Box Tops, formed in Memphis in 1967, delivered a soulful mix of rock, pop, and R&B, defined by the gritty, mature voice of teenage frontman Alex Chilton. Their unique blue-eyed soul sound made them stand out in the late 60s, earning hits that captured the feel of Southern pop. Their biggest success came with The Letter. But as the music scene shifted to harder and more progressive sounds, their soul pop style lost traction. Chilton left in 1970 to form Big Star, marking the end of the band's golden era. Today, they're remembered as one of the most underrated bands of the era, and Chilton's later influence with Big Star has only strengthened their legacy.
When she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Living without you is driving me crazy. I cry like a baby. And my love is a real running so deep, way down inside. Baby, the only days are gone. I'm a going home. My baby used to roll.
The Hollies were a British rock band formed in the early 1960s, known for their crisp harmonies, catchy hooks, and polished pop rock sound.
He's my brother.
Part of the British invasion alongside the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, they stood out with their blend of folk rock, light psychedelia, and upbeat melodies. Fronted by Alan Clark and Graham Nash, the band was defined by soaring vocals, tight guitar work, and layered arrangements. They produced several memorable hits, though the 1960s were dominated by larger-than-life acts like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and The Who, making it harder for others to gain similar fame. Unlike their more rebellious peers, the Hollies stayed focused on the music.
Bus stop, wet day, she's there, I say, please share my umbrella. The road is long. Saturday night, I was downtown, working for the FBI, with a many winding tongue.
The Left Bank, formed in New York City in 1965, was a pioneering force in the Baroque pop genre. Their music fused classical elements, like strings and harpsichords, with pop melodies and rich vocal harmonies, creating a sound unlike anything else of the time. This distinct style set them apart and earned them a devoted cult following. Behind the scenes, the band struggled with internal conflicts, particularly between songwriter Michael Brown and vocalist Steve Martin Caro, leading to frequent lineup changes and instability.
Just walk away, Renee. You won't let me follow you back. I had a date with a pretty ballerina. Her hair so brilliant that it hurt. In my lonely way, you stay. A date with a pretty ballerina. Her hair so brilliant that it hurt my heart.
The Zombies, formed in St. Albans, England in 1961, were known for their sophisticated melodies, lush harmonies, and jazz-influenced arrangements.
If she should tell you I love you, whoa, whoa.
Their blend of Baroque pop, psychedelia, and R&B set them apart from other British invasion bands. Despite critical praise, their refined sound struggled on the pop charts. Their landmark album Odyssey and Oracle was released after they disbanded, gaining acclaim too late to save the group. By the time Time of the Season became a hit, the members had moved on. Today, the Zombies are celebrated as an innovative and underrated 60s band. Odyssey and Oracle remains a Baroque pop classic, and their 2019 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction solidified their legacy.
Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she had tan, the color of her hair. It's the time of the season when we love. Tell her no, 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 no. And if she tells you where the charm.
The Electric Prunes, formed in Los Angeles in 1965, were pioneers of psychedelic rock, known for their bold use of distortion, reverb, and experimental sounds. Blending garage rock with avant-garde touches, they created a trippy, groundbreaking style that embodied the 60s counterculture. Their hit, I Had Too Much to Dream, Last Night, became a defining track of the era. But follow-up success proved elusive. Creative clashes with producers and labels led to inconsistent releases and internal struggles.
I touched your golden hair and tasted your perfume. Here I go, 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 go. You gotta get into the world on time. You gotta get into the world on time. You gotta get.
Paul Revere and the Raiders formed in the late 1950s, but rose to fame in the 60s with their lively garage rock sound, revolutionary war-themed outfits, and high-energy performances. Their hits like Kicks, Hungry, and Good Thing made them a staple of the era. Regular TV appearances and a playful image helped them connect with young audiences, though critics often saw them as less serious than bands like The Doors or The Byrds. As the decade progressed and music turned heavier and more introspective, their style began to feel dated.
Kids just keep getting harder to find, and all your kids ain't bringing you peace. Because I'm hungry for those good things, baby. Hungry to gonna have a good thing, such a good thing, baby. And well, there's something that you dig you can't figure out.
The Association, formed in California in 1965, were known for their rich vocal harmonies and polished sunshine pop sound.
Never mind love.
Blending pop, folk rock, and light psychedelia, they delivered some of the most memorable melodies of the 1960s. Their biggest hits include Cherish, Windy, and Never My Love, all showcasing their smooth, radio-friendly style. However, as rock music turned heavier and edgier in the late 60s, the Association's clean-cut image and soft sound fell out of favor. Though they never reached the mythic status of some peers, the Association remains a defining voice of the sunshine pop era. Their lush harmonies and melodic craftsmanship left a lasting influence, and their songs continue to echo the optimism and warmth of a more innocent musical time.
Cherish is a word I use to describe. Never mind love. Never mind.
The Turtles, formed in Los Angeles in 1965, were known for their infectious melodies, tight harmonies, and playful spirit. Led by Howard Kaylan and Mark Volman, later known as Flo and Eddie, they blended folk rock, sunshine pop, and psychedelia into a sound that defined 1960s pop. Despite their success, the band struggled to adapt as the music scene shifted in the 70s toward heavier and more experimental styles. By the early 70s, Kaylan and Volman left to join Frank Zappa's Mothers of Invention. The Turtles are remembered as one of the most fun and melodic bands of the decade. Their songs, especially Happy Together, remain timeless classics.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. I think you're swell, and you really. Some girls love to run around, love to handle everything There's no one like you, Eleanor, really.
The Blues Magus, formed in the Bronx in 1964, were early pioneers of psychedelic rock, fusing garage rock grit with experimental sounds and electronic instruments like the Hammond organ. Their raw energy and rebellious attitude helped define the emerging psych rock scene. Despite their early innovation, they struggled to keep pace as the genre evolved and were soon eclipsed by bigger acts like The Doors and Jefferson Airplane. Though their mainstream success was short-lived, the Blues Magus are remembered for their energetic style and early contributions to psychedelic rock. Their music captured the wild experimental spirit of the mid-60s and laid the groundwork for the genre's explosive growth.
Back a road.
The Yardbirds, formed in London in 1963, are hailed as one of the most influential 60s bands, blending blues, R&B, and psychedelic rock. They famously launched the careers of guitar legends Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Jimmy Page. Their sound evolved from raw blues to pioneering experimental rock, helping define the British invasion and psychedelic eras. Their hits include For Your Love, Heart Full of Soul, and Shapes of Things. Despite critical praise, lineup changes and their adventurous style limited mainstream success. By 1968, the band split, with Page soon forming Led Zeppelin. The Yardbirds are remembered for their innovation, pioneering distortion, feedback, and Eastern scales, techniques that shaped rock's future.
For your love. For your love. And I know, well, if she had me back again, well, I would never shapes of things before my eyes. Just teach me to. I got a heart full of soul.
And that's a wrap on these 60s legends. Thank you for tuning in to Tales from the Gramophone. If you enjoyed unearthing these hidden rock treasures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more journeys through music history.